Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. I have been getting a lot of requests for the month of April, the April 2022 predictions and guidance. But here I am going to split this guidance in 4 weeks. Because there are so many planets moving, it's better to address it week on week basis so that we can address the transit happening in that week and the effect thereafter. So we are going to address for week 1, that is 1st April to 7th April in this video for your ascendant. And if you have some sort of confusion that for what ascendant should you look for, or you should look for moon sign, then let me be very clear here. These videos are zodiac and ascendant based videos, but you can also watch it for your moon sign. But when you are watching for moon sign, take it more psychologically. Like that means the effect that I have explained to you, it will be more psychological rather than something that is happening in real life. Also, should you look into these transits from the sun sign? No. Is this a Vedic astrology video? Yes, it's not Western astrology, it's Vedic astrology. I hope this clears the doubt and confusion. So let's begin with the analysis for your ascendant. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications, follow my Telegram channel for link and some special videos there. Follow me on Patreon for member exclusive videos. You can also join me on YouTube membership. I will try to upload more exclusive videos there. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook for quick and interesting updates, and for consultations, please drop me an email. Share the video among family and friends to increase the awareness about Vedic astrology. Let's start with your ascendant. Aries ascendant, for you on 31st of March, Venus will move in your 11th house, and getting Venus move in the 11th house is actually good for you, especially because your 2nd and 7th lord will be in the 11th house, giving you a lot of gains. But you need to just watch out for any greed towards money or over expecting something. So you need to check the feasibility of your expectations and desire. This week, you will also observe that Saturn and Mars will be in the 10th house. So in spite of you willing to create a change in your life, you need to have patience. Your ascendant lord is connected with the 10th and 11th lord. Therefore, it demands a lot of hard work, it demands patience, and it demands strategy. This 1 week, you should plan your life for the next 1 year. You should not take any major advance towards property related matters or matters that is pending legally. From the perspective of business and career, because Saturn aspects 12th and 7th house and your 8th lord is connected with Shani, be careful when you are making any major investment. Desire can inflate, and to fulfill that desire or just out of insecurity, you may end up spending more money than you actually earn. So try to have that expense to income ratio balanced, create a work-life balance, and do not take stress. Yoga is going to be the key here to manage your health as well as manage your overall holistic life. With Jupiter and Venus in the 11th house, there can be contradicting suggestions coming from your network circle, from your friends, from your well-wishers. So always be patient and think before you implement a suggestion. Overall, if you chant Hanuman Chalisa for this week, it will be great. Chaitra Navratra also starts from 2nd of April. So what you can do is, you can pray to Ma Durga by chanting Mahishasur Mardini Stotra or simple Durga Mantra. Overall, this is going to be a good week, a productive week, and a week when Saturn and Mars reaches the exaltation point in your 10th house. So be careful towards any major challenges in your career, especially if you are trying to talk to your supervisors, boss, or people in authority. Living in a constrained life, accepting the limits, understanding the boundaries, and then planning on expanding the boundary holistically is going to be the theme for this week for Aries ascendant and especially Aries moon sign. If you are planning, if you are not being chaotic, this week will be productive for you. Taurus Ascendant. This is the last week of Rahu on your ascendant before it makes its move in the second week of April in the sign of Aries. Now, definitely with movement of Venus in your 10th house on 31st of March in the zodiac of Aquarius is going to make you feel a slightly discomfort. It might give you contradicting suggestions, and because of that, your career may be hampered. Also, do not try to test your luck this week. So, speculative business, people who are involved into share market and people who are involved into speculative business should be careful. Mars will also reach the point of exaltation on 5th of April, whereas Saturn will be at 28 degree, blocking any move of Mangal Mars. Now, Mars for you is 7th and 12th lord, so be careful about your finances. You need to understand your duties towards your spouse and towards the people whom you are responsible for. So take that responsibility, understand your limits and boundaries, and keep bringing more innovation, more changes in your karma, in your approach of life, and try to be a bit creative. Having a small creative approach takes the boring attitude away, it takes the procrastination away, and it makes things more happier. But remember, when you are trying to implement suggestions given by people around you, suggestions given by the people whom you trust, always understand the feasibility, whether it is even possible in the first place or not. Taking the suggestion is one thing, implementing it is something else. Sun, which is your 4th lord, will also be in the 11th house. This also brings a major change towards your home and home environment. So if you want to sign up for a property, if you want to buy something at this point, have a look about your finances for the next couple of years and then decide, because Rahu will move in your 12th house and it can prove to be an unnecessary expense. So there has to be a boundary between necessity and luxury. If it is necessary, that means you will have to do. But if it is luxury, be careful about your expenses. Comparison should be avoided, and career should give you a lot of learning. So accept that learning, and if you get any chance to increase your learning by getting involved into a role that you have never experienced or something that is coming as extra responsibility, it's good to take that. It is a very good time for students. Chant Saraswati Mantra and Hanuman Chalisa for greater benefits this week. Gemini Ascendant. Your week starts with Venus movement out from the clutches of Saturn and Mars, and its move in the 9th house gives you a lot of blessings. Now, because for you, Gemini Ascendant people and Gemini moon sign natives, Venus rules 12th and 5th house. It directly connects you with your benevolent nature, your willingness to give, your willingness to love, the affection of life, the productivity of life. So overall, because 5th lord will be 5th from itself and there will be a blessing of Jupiter, you will see a very good growth overall in this week. You will also see that some suggestion of a learned person can be fruitful. Visiting temples this week will be extremely beneficial, or you can plan a pilgrimage in this time frame. Also, Mars and Saturn will be in the 8th house, so this is the right time to take initiatives about your health, about saving your life by buying some insurance, securing the family's future. Because once Mars reaches the point of exaltation and Saturn provides the rigidness, the hurdles towards it, this is the time to see the filter, the problems of life, and to anticipate the future. Securing life will be the theme for Gemini Ascendant natives, because soon after, in the last week of April, Saturn will move out from your 8th house, and this will give you a lot of relief. Now remember, this is a very good time to take suggestions from your spouse and people who are ready for marriage, who are waiting for marriage to happen. If your Mahadasha or Antardasha allows, this week is actually good time for that. Now Rahu's movement in the 11th house next week will also show that your intention towards life, your approach towards life will be such that if you take right decisions, if you follow the right things, your losses will be actually converted into gains. That means it will be a week of recovery. So if you are into any kind of situation, in any problem, think about recovery, think about how you can come out from the problem. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranam this week will be extremely ideal for you, and people who are debt ridden, who are trapped into a lot of problems, you can also chant Bajrang Baan and Hanuman Chalisa for greater benefits. And if you are facing any health issue, chanting Mahamrityunjay mantra this week will also be great. This is a week of Chaitra Navratri, so praying to Ma Durga is also going to be extremely beneficial. Overall, this week gives mixed feelings. On one hand, Saturn Mars in the 8th can create doubt and fear. On the other hand, Venus and Jupiter in the 9th house gives you a holistic view about life. You should focus more towards divine learnings than fears of life. And if you are fearful, try to take initiatives to secure yourself. Correct your taxes, invest properly, look out for suggestions from your spouse. The criticism from your life partner is good for you. Even if you are getting criticism from the public, do not react, do not give a knee-jerk response, understand everything, understand that those suggestions may be valuable to bring necessary changes. Because we are talking about just 1 to 7, you also should know that by the time the 7th April approaches and the day ends, Mars moves out of your 8th house and goes in the 9th house. It joins Venus. It is good for people who are who are planning for marriage, who are thinking about marriage. It is also good for creative professionals and to bring more creativity in your communication and improve your overall personality. This week is actually a week of recovery and you should make the best use of it. Cancer Ascendant. Now, if you observe, your Ascendant Lord Moon will be in the 9th house along with Sun and Mercury. Mercury is combust. The week starts with Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra but ends with Ardra Nakshatra. That means the week starts with a lot of planning and thinking but may end with planning going haywire, you reaching somewhere else where you have planned to reach someplace else. That means life may not be the way you have planned. So be ready for a lot of flexibility in life. Be ready to bend your ways and bring on-the-fly changes in day-to-day activities. Now, if you observe, Saturn and Mars will be in the 7th house, whereas Mars reaching the point of exaltation on 5th. So you will have to be careful, especially with your business partner, with your spouse, and there should not be any quarrel. If you have any tension, if you have to discuss anything, you have to do it diplomatically with a lot of filtering. So you can't just vent out. You will have to be very careful with what you speak, because your communication, if it is ridden with ego, can break relations, can create a lot of business related losses. It can destroy what you really don't want to destroy. So take a good control on your urges and knee-jerk reactions. Also, if you see, 31st of March will be the day when Venus will move in your 8th house. Now, Venus and Jupiter in the 8th house do give lot of in-depth understanding of the subject. So this is the time to do a lot of research. This is a week of research. So if you are in any situation where you think that you are in a problem, before taking any step, try to do a lot of research. It should be a holistic research. And Venus and Jupiter conjunction in the 8th is the time where not only you get the knowledge of Jupiter, which is the Devagyan, but also you get the knowledge of Shukra, which is the Daitya Guru. So overall, you see the both side of coin. Do not take any decision until and unless you know the picture completely. So do not show any prejudice or judgment. Do not pass any statement in social media without knowing the full issue. Otherwise, Saturn and Mars from the 7th can bring criticism, especially if you are associated with media line, acting, journalism, or you are a digital influencer. Emotions can take a ride here because Moon, once it moves out of Pisces, will reach Aries and then ultimately will touch Rahu. So there can be a level of insecurity. Now, there can be some suggestions coming from your near and dear ones that can put you into tension, but without taking any tension, you should rather focus on implementing the solution once you realize that the suggestion is actually good for you. This can be the right time to invest. This can be the right time to secure your life or learn more about taxation insurance so that tomorrow you can use that knowledge to secure your business and everything else. Legal issue should be handled carefully, and in case you are stuck in any legal issue, take good advice of a lawyer, and if needed, take a second opinion. Overall, this week is going to be constructive and creative provided you control your energy and your emotions, chant Om Namah Shivaya and Mahamrityunjay mantra, and read Bhagavad Gita and do some research on scriptures, and you will find your answers in the world of Adhyatma, spirituality. Leo Ascendant. Now, if you observe, your Ascendant Lord is in the 8th house at the start of the week, along with 2nd, 11th and 12th Lord. Also, on 5th of April, Mars will reach the point of exaltation and will face the restriction of Saturn, which is 6th Lord itself, which means this week can be a week full of debt and troubles. You may be more concerned about financial security, so be careful how you plan your expenses, how you plan your finances this particular week, and you need to really go through your books, especially after the year has ended, 31st year, financial year has ended. So you really need to go to the books and plan your entire life, plan this year so that you can repay maximum debt. This is not a time when you are planning for another loan, or do not use even credit cards at this time, because Saturn Mars in the 6th house says that your energy should be focused on clearing the debt and removing the prarabdha. Who will help you? A learned professional, say a chartered accountant, a financial advisor, or someone who is a near and dear one and has the knowledge of the subject. A subject matter expert is needed at this time because Jupiter and Venus will be in the 7th house. On 31st of March, Venus transit in the 7th house is very much crucial for you, because if you are a Leo Ascendant, Venus rules your 10th and 3rd house. So your action and karma is under the control of Venus, and this is guided by Jupiter, knowledge. So knowledge is going to be the key in this time frame. Chant Saraswati mantra, chant Guru Bij mantra, and give water to the sun early in the morning. Do Surya Namaskar. Take care of your health, because your health can be disturbed. Now, if you realize, most of the planets will be either in the 6th house, 7th house or 8th house. That means areas around your health and marriage can actually trouble you. You will have more thoughts. Your thoughts and your entire focus will be towards those areas of life, and this may also create tussle between brothers due to inheritance. So try to avoid any such discussion in this week at least. Let the planets move. Mars will move out from the clutches of Shani. Mars will move into Aquarius towards the end of 7th of April. Now, in the second week of April, Mars will be in the 7th house. I will make another video for that, but try to understand that second week of April is better than the first week, because the exaltation and the push and pull of energies in the 6th and the 8th house can actually give you mental stress. If you can manage that, if you can just be more philosophical, and if you're ready for changes, if you're flexible, this week is more about learning than implementing. Virgo Ascendant. Your Ascendant Lord Mercury is in combustion in the 7th house along with Moon at the start of the week. Also, Venus movement out of the 5th house in the 6th house along with Jupiter gives you more knowledge about prarabdha, but you will feel slightly helpless. Because of the combustion of Buddha, there may not be a lot of clarity this week. One more reason is that Mars will reach the point of exaltation at 28 degrees along with Saturn in the 5th house. So this is the time when you learn from the mistakes. You learn your strength and weakness. Write down your good points and the bad points and try to focus more on the weaker areas of life. Once you are focused, once you spend a week, then you will see that you will be in a much better position to bring more control. Not only that, remember that Rahu in the 9th house and Ketu in the 3rd house is about to shift their axis in the second week of April. So this week, do not take any decision that can bring chaos in the future. Rather, for a couple of weeks, you should just focus on just continuing where you are, holding your ground, and just focusing on Vishnu Sahasranam. Focusing and chanting on Vishnu Sahasranam will give you a lot of guidance, and this will bring mental peace and mental clarity. You need to wait for Mercury to come out of combustion. I will make videos for the rest of the 3 weeks, but the first week talks about a lot of anger coming into picture. You can be frustrated with your own knowledge, or I will say lack of knowledge. So give your time, give some space to yourself, don't be too hard on you, and just go easy. This is the week to go with the flow and not take or implement any major decision unless you have taken proper advice, unless it has been planned from a very long time. If you can just do that, you will see that this week will be a week of learning, where you will not only be able to sharpen your skills, but also this is also the week where you can apply for some certification, plan a learning, and this is a good week for students. Chanting Hanuman Chalisa and reading Durga Saptashati is also going to be good for Virgo Ascendant and Virgo Moon sign. Make the best use of it. Libra Ascendant. Your Ascendant Lord Venus will make its move from the 4th to 5th house on 31st of March. So the first 7 days of April will find Venus and Jupiter conjunction in the 5th house, and that is why this is going to be a very crucial transit. It's a week of action, it's a week of initiatives, it's a week of learning both the good and the bad. When the 3rd and the 6th Lord Jupiter gets connected with Lagna Lord, and remember, Venus also rules your 8th house, it is about transformation through learning, transformation through productivity, and bringing necessary changes in your life where you feel stuck, where you feel there are problems. So, in this week, you will have to address the elephant of the room, and you will have to find a solution to the difficult problems. Chanting Saraswati Mantra, Shukra Bij Mantra is going to help a lot in this time frame. There can be confusion, but this Venus is going to prepare you, give you enough knowledge so that once Ketu moves on your ascendant, or if you are a Libra moon sign, if Ketu transits your moon sign, it protects you from any kind of confusion, it gives you more clarity of thought, but this also calls for leaving the comfort zone behind, and now you need to pull your socks up and take necessary steps. It's a transit, it's a week of action. Mars on 5th will reach 28 degrees, whereas Saturn will be at 28 degrees. For Libra, placement of Saturn is extremely crucial. Saturn is the Karaka planet for you, whereas Mars is 7th and 2nd Lord. So it can create some problems at your home. Handle matters with love, affection, and with politeness. Some things can hurt you. This week can make you slightly uncomfortable. So take care of your health, eat right, eat sattvic, and do a lot of pranayam, and if possible, do fasting on Tuesdays in the month of April. On 7th, late in the night, Mars will also make its move out of the sign of Capricorn. It will be out of exaltation and will reach Aquarius, meeting Jupiter and Venus, and this will give you more enthusiasm and good suggestion from your life partner, from people around you. So if you can learn from your mistakes and if you can learn from surroundings, it's like quick learning on the go, you will see that you will reach new heights and you will get solution to your problems. Chanting Hanuman Mantra, Om Ham Hanumate Namah, visiting Hanuman temple, or even chanting Shani Bij Mantra, Om Sham Shanashwaraya Namah, is going to be extremely crucial for you. Do not take any decision in a hurry, even if it is creating a lot of discomfort to you. When your Ascendant Lord will be in Satvisha and Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, it will be extremely life transforming. I have made a video of a Venus transit in the sign of Aquarius, a separate video. It has for your ascendant I have discussed in detail. You can watch that video. The link will be in the description box below. But try to understand that this particular week is a week of addressing the pain points, addressing the debt areas, addressing your duties and your role and responsibility towards those matters of life. It's not just looking at the bright side, but it is also looking at the darker side of life. So to create a balance and to create a harmony, you need to know both good as well as bad. Overall, this is going to be a very good time, especially for students and people who are involved into academics, creative expression, media, influencer marketing, digital marketing. Make the best use of this week by being more focused. And in case you are confused, just learn the subject. So be a student. And this is not just for this week, but for entire year. Be a student before you claim to be a master. Scorpio Ascendant. Mars rules your Ascendant, and if you are Scorpio moon sign, Mars rules your moon sign. Now this Mars on 5th is going to reach the highest point of exaltation, and Mars is right now with Saturn, and for this entire week Mars will be in the last leg of its transit in the Capricorn zodiac sign and will continuously face the restrictions, and I will say the valid restrictions of Saturn. You may feel frustrated. You may feel a will to act, an urge to take a decision, an urge to do some action, to do something that will change a pattern in your life, a situation of your life. But Saturn might not allow that. So before you speak anything, before you claim, before you comment, before you judge, before you act, try to figure out what is right and what is wrong. Try to see both sides of the picture and try not to comment something that is not, that can actually create a lot of, you can say, controversy or problem, or it can hurt sentiments. Careful calibration of speech and action is the theme for the first 7 days of the month of April. Towards the end of 7th day, on 7th of April, late in the evening, Mars will move out of the sign of Capricorn and will go in the 4th house. Therefore, this Mars will be extremely positive, especially because you are a zodiac sign that is controlled by Mars. Also understand that your speech, your words, your action can create enemies. So definitely this is not the time to create a fight. If you are having problems in marriage, you need to resolve through love and wisdom. On 31st of March, Venus will also make its move in the sign of Aquarius. So for this week, Venus and Jupiter will be in your 4th house. And this movement will make you more comfortable, provided you are more humble, you are grounded, you are flexible, and you are full of gratitude. Chanting Hanuman Chalisa, touching the feet of elders, living a spiritual life and accepting the situation for a week, meditating and just relaxing will make the first week of April a very crucial week which will influence you for the rest of the year. Primary reason being, in the second week of April, Ketu will move out of your ascendant. So you will feel more freer, you will feel more happier in life. But remember, when Mars is with Saturn, it is going to give you this feeling that you have enemies in your life and you really need to give it back. You need to take revenge, and that is exactly what you should not do. First week of April is going to be the week of more learning, focusing on what is comfort, what is your comfortable side, what is your happier side, and then being more polite and and your actions should be in a way that it can be justified as per dharma, that means righteousness. This 1 week is extremely crucial for you. You are becoming more happier, you are becoming more peaceful. So this is the time when you can drop your weapons and finally call for a truce. This is the end of war for Scorpio Ascendant and Scorpio Moon sign. Sagittarius Ascendant. Now for you, you will experience a Saturn-Mars conjunction in the second house with Mars reaching the highest point of exaltation. On one hand, it is a very good transit financially, but on the other hand, it can also give you more frustration because of unnecessary expenses or pending future expenses. So plan your expenses in a way and plan your income in a way that both can be handled easily. It's more about strategies. This week is more about financial strategy, and you will spend more time towards planning your finances, planning your, you can say, investments and insurances. It's a good thing. For Sagittarius Ascendant and Sagittarius Moon sign, your Ascendant Lord Jupiter is in Purva Bhadrapada in the third house, and Venus will join on 31st of March. And what is Venus? Venus is 6th and 11th Lord. This is the time to understand your responsibility. This is the time when you will also see that you will work towards your growth of income. Once Mars on 7th evening joins the sign of Aquarius, it is a very good time to actually focus more towards making yourself more expressive, changing your body language, improving your soft skills, and mending relation with friends and family. On the other hand, creating strategy towards finances. Now this week is very much crucial, but why? Because this is the last week when your ascendant is in Pap Kartari. Ketu will move out of the sign of Scorpio in the second week of April. I will make another video for that. But that frees you. That completely frees your mind and personality, and this is a new era, a new zone, a new time of experimentation. So for this week, try to take control of your food, eat low-calorie food, take care of your health because this can create food-related issues, digestion-related issues. Focus more on your action, which should be holistic. Do more yoga, and when you are talking, ensure that you are not putting your attention, energy, time, and resource towards preaching something that is not even yours, or maybe it's not necessary. Silence should be practiced for this week as much as you can. And because this is a Chaitra Navratra week, it starts from 2nd of April. Visiting Devi temple, chanting Mahalakshmi mantra and Durga mantra is going to be extremely beneficial for you because your ascendant is actually an ascendant of Dharma, the 9th house. Use this time to strategize and plan your life, and this is a very good time for business related investments, creating major changes in your business and addressing the dead ends, the deadlocks of your life, both in business and marriage. Yes, maybe because you plan something or you take certain decisions, it can impact your personal life. So take every person in your family in account before you take a decision or before you decide on certain matters in life. Overall, this week is going to be extremely positive for you, so make best use of it. Capricorn Ascendant. Your Ascendant Lord is Saturn. But there is Martian presence along with this Saturn on your Ascendant for this week. Only in the evening of 7th of April is when Mars moves out to the second house. Now if you observe, Capricorn is a zodiac sign of action, it is a zodiac sign of karma. So this movement, this week talks about the final steps that you take to transform your life, transform your personality, transform your existence. Don't take this week lightly. It's a very, very crucial week for you. If you observe the sign of Aries and the sign of Scorpio, the two zodiac signs ruled by Mars, it will be 4th and the 11th house. It rules people around you. It rules your friends, network circle, home. Matters related to home, real estate, inheritance, should be dealt with caution. You should do it with calm and cool head. Anger or any step out of frustration is actually going to hurt you in a long run if you take it in this week. On the other hand, Venus, which is another crucial planet for you, the planet that rules your career and the knowledge, 5th house, changes its sign on 31st of March, moves to the 2nd house. Now, a very strong formation of Jupiter and Venus in the 2nd house actually gives you relief because it brings help from near and dear ones. It brings financial stability. It gives you room to expand. And on the other hand, Rahu and Ketu planning to shift their axis to Aries and Libra also creates a small frustration or a new desire, a new comfort zone. So you need to watch out for the frustration or any kind of anger or over enthusiasm, too much of self-belief. That are you rejecting a circumstance or situation in life because you are willing to move to a new area, you want to upgrade, you need a change, you need a new dimension. Everything is fine, but you must be able to justify that move. Do not take any decision in the first week. Let the Mars move out. This is a week of conflict. Let the energies settle down. Let the energies influence you. Let the energy be absorbed by your body. And you should take care of your health by doing yoga and pranayam. People who are affected with health related issues such as blood pressure, high or low, thyroid issues, or any issue that is connected with brain, you should be careful about your health in this time frame. The energy is high, the surge is very strong. If you do not control this surge, it might hurt you. But if you control, this is a weapon in your hand with which you can destroy the darkness. Being humble, polite, and being full of gratitude is the way out here. Chant Hanuman Chalisa and it will give you all the necessary energy, all the necessary knowledge and wisdom to deal with these crucial times and the most important week of 2022 for Capricorn. Aquarius Ascendant. Venus will make a move on your ascendant and there will be a Venus and Jupiter conjunction from 31st of March. So for the first full week of the month of April, Venus and Jupiter will shower their blessings on your Lagna. And if you are a moon sign, Aquarius moon sign, it is highly beneficial for you. The reason being that Jupiter, which is the natural 9th Lord of Sagittarius, is now associated with your 9th Lord because your 9th house is ruled by Shukra. That means it gives you more sense of righteousness. It gives you a clear thought. It gives you more healing capacities and it pulls you out from any medical issue in whatever way it can. It will give you all sorts of holistic lifestyle. It's a holistic way of solution. It's not just one specific path, but it's like the path that suits the best. And this is the way the first week of April will be influenced. You will choose the path that suits the best. But on the other hand, if you observe the position of Saturn and Mars, it will be in the 12th house. So yes, there will be clarity, but there will also be a war within the head. There might be a frustration on an issue related to the past. There will be a lot of comparison to the past. And that is exactly what you should not do. Because the past will definitely interfere and can give a lot of dilemmas. This dilemma will put you into further confusion, and this is like a self-induced confusion. It is better to look only towards the future. Whatever you have to learn from the past, you have learned. Maybe take some special notes, some do's and don'ts from the past, but now it's the time to move on. With Venus coming in the first house, it also talks about being creative, being more conscious about your personality, So try to improve your body language, improve your soft skills, bring more confidence, carry yourself confidently. And this Jupiter and Venus combination, the Guru, both Guru sitting on your ascendant, is giving you the right proportion of knowledge. It's not just the sattvic knowledge, but it is also the rajasic knowledge. Sattva and Rajas coming together is very good for a material growth in career, for financial success. So you can rest assured that matters related to career, finances and personal life will be handled beautifully by these two planets. Just do not sabotage your life yourself. Do not create self-harm. Do not doubt your capabilities. Careful analysis of situation, strategy and planning towards your debts and losses, and carefully planning your finances for the next 1 to 2 months will allow you to take right decision and will give you room for expansion. Overall, it's a very good transit for you. Make the best use of this transit and trust your instincts. Pisces Ascendant. Your Ascendant Lord will be in the 12th house, which is Jupiter. But on 31st of March, Pisces will observe a Venus transit in the 12th house. Now this Venus transit along with your first Lord Jupiter can give you an expensive week. Be careful when you're shopping something, because Venus in the 12th house may expand unnecessary expenses, especially the expenses that is about you. Now for Pisces, Venus is a very, very important planet. Why? Because Venus rules your 3rd house and Venus rules your 8th house. So major transformations about life will happen through Venus. That means through creativity. That is why Pisces finds Venus exalted, because Venus completely transforms in this zodiac sign. The future of Venus transit is going to be in Pisces. So the moment Venus enters Kumbha Rashi on 31st of March, for the first 7 days, Venus enjoys the stay there. Venus will definitely try to spend more. You will think it like it's an investment. Say a video creator invests some few $1,000s more, a few lakhs more to buy a good editing machine. A businessman thinks renovating the office will actually give him greater business boost. Such kind of expenses can happen. It is not wrong to spend there, but you have to check your capacity. Spending beyond capacity is actually bad for you. And why I'm saying this? The reason is Mercury is combust in front of Sun, so there can be some ego-based expense. Financial comparison should be avoided, and in case of marriage-related issue, you will have to address the matter with love and harmony. Planning a travel, planning a trip with your friends, family, spouse is actually good for you. Overall, this Venus transit is beneficial. This Venus transit is about Vipreet Raj Yoga. That means you will find beauty, you will find love even when you are suffering, even when you are in pain. That means there is relief in this transit. Medical issues will be addressed and you will get good doctors, you will get proper healing. This is also the time when you should look out for healing energy, pranic healing, Reiki or some sort of other energy healing practices. And taking that energy in will actually boost your life, it will boost your confidence. Realization of karma is also a theme of the first week of April. Also, there can be challenges fulfilling your expectation, so do not resist. Go with the flow. And when you are trying to fulfill your expectation, when you are trying to grab the attention of the masses, don't go over the top. Let Mars become exalt, let Saturn filter it out, let your expectation shift, change, alter, and once things settle down, you will see that you have become a beautiful person with a beautiful life. This is what April month offers you. It's an excellent week for you.